Wake up, brother, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yeah. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation.
Alright, so give you a quick run through the caravan. You can see it's got no canvas up at all. Canvas is all here. Pretty new canvas. It only screws in, but the walls up the top up here are just fridge paneling with a bit of alloy on the outside and a bit of, a bit of thin chipboard stuff on the inside. So the veterans are an alloy frame. Now you can see up here, this is where the joint is. It's on both sides, and it's a fair bit of movement in that. So that's one of the other jobs we got to do. I'm actually going to rebuild this all together. I want to turn one of these bed ends into a queen. I think it'll work a lot better. And then have one double. So move back. Now the inside, you can see, is pretty much gutted. It does have a fridge. It's not great. It's got some of the interior, but we're going to fiddle around. We're going to redesign it a little bit because we're going to sleep 5 in here. It has a full annex as well, so looking forward to that. So we'll see how we go. Biggest issue we had, you can't really see if I twist it around this side a little bit. You can see that it's pretty wobbly on that side. There's no supports, so I wanted to add some extra supports. Done one already, made it nice and easy. I just put it upright anyway. Now you can already see this extra strength in that. It's great. We're going to do another one on the other side of the wheel arch, and one down the end. 2 on this front bit. It's a bit shorter at the front here. You can see there it's a little bit shorter. So we'll put one of that here, and then one just the other side of the pole, and then we'll do the same with the other side. I wanted to trial it first, see how it goes. Thankfully it works. So just doing the next holes for the uprights on the other side of the door. So I've done just a hole for it to go through, and then going to do a very small countersunk hole as well. It's all the screws you're using countersunk screws. So just find the right size that's going to do the job. That should do it. Just doing a nice little small pilot hole as well, just to stop any of the cracking in the wood in that. I haven't had to do it in every spot just because it's not, there's just not room. That's Alright, back in working on the caravan. You can see I've got the roof a little bit lower today. What we're doing today is we're trying to fit more of the canvas now. I don't think I really got much footage of this the other day. You can see this side here we've attached. Originally, they were attached, now let's see if I can get the right shot, by these screws. The problem with that, if we come up to the roof, you can see just here, there, that when they've lifted the roof up too high, it's actually torn the screws out. So to make this a bit better, I've got some stainless steel bolts with some big washers. We're drilling straight through, so it's going to bolt through the whole roof wall. Drill. So I've done a tiny pilot hole straight through to the outside. We're setting up the ladder on the outside, and we're going to drill from the outside in with the right size hole. You would have just seen, I've just used the right drill bit to drill into the metal, the canvas. So the canvas has a aluminium strip in the top part here, which is what gives us strength. And so we're basically clanking this onto the wall by bolting through it. I feel this is going to be a heap stronger option. these other bolts I've got. These are AM5, I think I was at it. No, 316. Had so many issues. Bunnings has got so many shortages at the moment. But it was all about diameter. I wanted to get the right diameter, right length. So we're going to get away with that, and I've used a few different washers. So what I've got is some on the outside. We've got, to make it look a bit nicer, rather than having a bolt, I've done a screw head. Look, aesthetics versus practicability, this is going to look nicer. I am going to paint all this. I'm hoping in Raptor. So I'll really coat these. I'm hoping not to have to take these off. These aren't something that can come on and off. So I've got them, they're all stainless steel. I've got a slightly fatter washer. I've had a thicker, wider, bigger diameter for the outside, so it's got more surface pressure and just that standard ones on the inside. This idea I got off, they'd already done it with the roof. And I'm like, I'm with the roof with the door, the top part of the door. So much better idea. So we're gonna bolt these in, we're gonna chuck this canvas in. When doing the canvas, you do have to slide the bottom bit in first. I learned that on this front one, because it wasn't attached, so I had to undo it all properly. So you slide that in and then you bolt the top in. So we're gonna do that now and hopefully it'll work mint. Now, when you put the canvas on, make sure it's the right way, because the last thing you want to do is screw it all on and realise you've got it back to front. A little bit worried. I'm thinking actually, we might try and clamp this down a little bit, because it feels like it's gonna start pulling out. So I think we're just gonna pull this canvas out, and I'm gonna have a pair of multi grips maybe, and just, it's only alloy I think, I'm stainless. See if we can just tighten this slightly so the gap's not quite so big. I'm a little bit worried it's not going to do the job, but you know what, I'm not going to worry. We'll just play safe. Just see how it goes. Can't be that bad. Alright, so we're going to do our best so you guys can see, but it's a little bit hard. We're going to pull these screws out now. The screws are literally just had sitting in there to try and keep the alloy in place, but I realise that's not going to work once you put it up there. And we're going to try and get these bolts in. Ready, Noah? Let's do one at a time. It's not quite. Well, we've done screws up finger tight, or the bolts, whatever you call them. They're screw heads. So, that was a bit tougher than we thought. So, slight stuff up on my side. The last hole when I was drilling it, didn't quite drill straight, so it meant I was going from the outside, it meant it kicked in a little bit and had trouble lining up this side. So not to wreck the body, I elongated the hole in the alloy in the canvas. I felt that was a better option than the panels. Otherwise it's gone the other way. It is really hard because the little bit of alloy actually moves in the canvas, so trying to line them up is really hard. We didn't get to film that bit. Actually good, because that was hard work. But we're going to go through and do them all up now. Beautiful. Well, that's that canvas tunnel. Now we've got the really fun one, which is the far side, which is the full length. Leaving the hardest for last. Smashing this out, we should have the canvas all up today, which is kind of exciting. I'm excited for that. And then we're gonna do the supports. Once I've done that, then I guess we've got to go back to the shops and get some lights and start getting rewiring all the tail lights. So that's the next big step, because I want to convert to LED, and there's something a bit dodgy with these. So that's our next step. That's it, the canvas is in, so I'm going to do my best to kind of give you a show through with me of what it's like. It's got a nice big bed end, and then I gotta admit, this feels so much bigger inside than it has before. It's so cool to actually be part of it. I'll be in it now with the canvas set up. That's the other end. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. Alright, so we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. Trying to put my finger over the camera. So, we're getting ready for the next step now. T This side here, you can see there's no wood. We've actually got this beam here. It's got a bit of a notch cut out of it. That's actually a slider underneath there. The runners are bowing in a little bit. So what happens with these is normally the fit out on the inside appears to be some of the strength to stop these bending in, which this doesn't have at the moment. And we're not 100% sure how we're going to do it. We're still playing with layouts and that. So the idea is we're building a frame, just a wooden frame, underneath the runners, strengthen them up, keeping them straight so they don't bow in. Previous owners had these bits set up. So they've already done that side. So if we slide over here, you can have a look. Underneath there's a bit of wood already in there. And then I've put this upright in. So that helps strengthen it a little bit. It's not a, like this isn't the best way to do it. I don't actually know what would be the best way. So we're just about to jam this up in there. Doing the inside one first. And then the uprights I've got are the same width as this. So then I'll put them in and we've got the little L brackets. Unfortunately, the bit of wood is just short of the full length between the two runners. So we'll have to join in the middle, but that's okay. We'll get the first one in. We also noticed that the covers where the uprights are, where the actual pulley system is, the screws there, I've had to pull them out and then I'll have to screw them back in afterwards into the wood. So this should, you can kind of see there, like, there's a fair bit of movement there. This should stop that movement and it just stiffens the whole lot up a bit more. As we slowly fit it out, we're going to build new frames and then the tops will slowly bolt in together. Let's cross this. It should be better than nothing. I might have to mods, if I use some of the old stuff, I'm going to have to notch out where the framework is I'm putting in there. But on the whole, I'm going to try and use the new framework to bolt everything to it. I think I'm going to try and build a lot of new fit out inside because it just doesn't quite line up and it's not going to look nice if I do it using old bits. So, alright, you can see we've got, it's a bit of a mess, but we've moved the couch to that end. Because I want to make this as a full bed so that Noah can actually stay in that bit because the girls will be in one end with the other. We needed room for 5. So these aren't quite tall enough. So I'm going to have to do a new framework, but I'm going to use the tops of the lids and all that still work. And I think this is the layout I'm going to have. And then we'll have like the sink there, fridge there, and benches all the way around. And then this, which is the front of the bed, front bed is going to be turned into a queen from a double. There you go. Let's get this bit in. Jump down that end, mate. So you need to twist it slightly. Yeah, bring it out this way a little bit. Now you push it up with all your might. Alright, we're splashing through a fair bit and not filming as much, but I've put in, so you can see a bunch of screws along here. A bit short on screws, so I put some in, got it in nice and tight. It's definitely like strengthening that runner up. So that's good, we've got that bit done. I've got to get some more screws to finish that bit off. The next bit we're doing, which, see, is I've put a bit of wood in here. This is the other uprights that I'm trying to strengthen up. This just makes, like, this upright makes this even stronger again, makes the walls stronger. And I should have about 5 on this side. I think that's 6 on that side from memory. Or it might be 3 this side, 4, I can't remember. Too many to remember. I think it's going to strengthen it up rather nicely. I'm hoping this works. I haven't done caravans before, so don't take anything I'm doing as this is how you're meant to do it, because I don't know. But it seems to be working. So I'm trying to screw straight down as well. So come up top, trying to get a screw straight down in there. So you've got strength from the top, and then I put the little L bracket at the bottom and screw it in. I'm contemplating whether do I drill from the wall in and like attach from the outside, coming in that way as well. But it's more holes and more screws you see on the outside, which I could give it that bit. It could be stronger, but will it? Is it needed? So I'm gonna wait and see about that. I've done it on the door because there's holes already there. But these ones I'll wait and chat to my mate and see what he thinks. So yeah, we're just gonna finish cutting these, screw these in, and then that's it. We're gonna see if we can get it done today. I'm Gonna get what we can done today, and then the next step will be new lights and wiring, sorting out the lights, so then we can take it down to get it checked out, and then bed ends. So make some new bed ends. I'm hoping to make them deeper so that I can put a thicker mattress in. Like, you know, we've got like foam at that thick at the moment. I'm hoping I can go a thicker mattress by making the bed sit a bit lower, which has got room, and in turn will give us a more comfy sleep. Happy missus. All right, let's keep going.